So, adultery. In the Article 333, who are guilty of adultery? So, adultery is committed by any married woman who shall have sexual intercourse with a man not her husband, and by the man who has carnal knowledge of her knowing her to be married, even if the marriage be subsequently declared void. So adultery shall be punished by prison correctional in its medium and maximum periods. If the person guilty of adultery committed this offense while being abandoned without justification by the offended spouse, the penalty next lower in degree than that provided in the next preceding paragraph shall be imposed.
Padayon ta sa tang isabutan gidita basi masaktan ta sa mong bana.
Dili lagi wala man sabto siya karon duty man siya. Ikaw balak ako lang.
Sige sige.
Yawa, gwapo yung nabata ba eh? Ano ta karon?
Dito dara ta mag.
Saan baranda? Ano sa baranda ta?
Baranda right side.
Ano na sila ba?
Can you blow my whistle, baby? Whistle, baby, let me know. Girl, I'm gonna show you how to do it.
Pre, yapa, asawa. Kung kita mo ito, kauban lang ito na siya. Ito ba eh? Ito sa to? Mga asawa, yung malaka, pas dito. Yawa. Kasi bang ilo? Mo ba? Ilo! Masarap. Hindi mo ito naman nakita.
Kana. Kana subaga na ba?
Adi na nga tawa.
Ulagan tawa na.
What is concubinage? So in Article 334, any husband who shall keep a mistress in the conjugal dwelling or shall have sexual intercourse under scandalous circumstances with a woman who is not his wife or shall cohabit with her in any other place shall be punished by prison correctional in its minimum and medium periods. The concubine shall suffer the penalty of desterro.
Hello babe. Malaka na ako ron Ken. Nakalunod ako asawa. Sige man, ako sa inyo.
Hindi na ko lang. Sige, amping. Bye. I love you. Ha?
Sige, sige. Sige, bye. Excited na ako, babe.
May excited na ako, babe. Alright. Make sure lang, wala ka ba ng asawa?
Di, lagi.
Tari na.
Lagi. Let me explain.
Mga hayop mo!
Amiga na ako na lagi.
Mga hayop mo!
Amiga na ako na lagi. Okay. Ayun na lagi. Amiga na lagi ko na. Wala may buat ng dautan.
Act of lasciviousness, the act of making a physical contact with the body of another person for the purpose of obtaining sexual gratifications, other than or without the intentions of sexual intercourse. The contact may be by the body of the accused, such as by the lips, hands, feet, or by means of any object or instrument. The example of act of lasciviousness is grabbing, indecent exposure of genitalia, sexual touching someone else, getting someone else to sexual touch the dependent, convincing or forcing others to touch each other in sexual manner.
What is seduction? Seduction is a crime of as to the crime of seduction are qualified as to be made because it appears this crime has been modified by or committed by means of fraudulent machination or by grave abuse of authority. In seduction, the victim consents to sexual intercourse. Refers to an act by which person entices another to have unlawful sexual intercourse with them by means of persuasions, promises, flattery, or bribes without using any physical force or violence. Seduction is a crime punished under our criminal laws for the act of seducing a virgin aged 13 to 17 years old certain persons such as a person in authority, priest, teacher, and the like.
Under Chapter 3, there is Article 340, which is corruption of minors. Any person who shall promote or facilitate the prostitution or corruption of persons underage to satisfy the lust of another shall be punished by prison mayor. And if the culprit is a public officer or employee, including those in government-owned or controlled corporation, he shall also suffer the penalty of temporary absolute disqualification. Article 341. White slave trade. The penalty of prison mayor in its medium and maximum periods shall be imposed upon any person who in any manner or under any pretext shall engage in the business or shall profit by prostitution or shall enlist the services of any other for the purpose of prostitution.
abduction means the action or an instance of forcibly taking someone away against their will. So mo kanang gapamugos any woman against her will and with lewd design shall be punished by reclusion temporal. So lewd design means kanang sakit sa iro, kanang gapamugos ka og birada isa-isa ka babae bisag against sa iyang will. Then another example sa abduction is kanang kidnapping, kanang forcibly, kanang na with force. Consented abduction in Article 343, the abduction of a virgin over 12 and under 18 years of age carried out with her consent and with due design shall be punished by the penalty of prison correctional in its minimum and medium periods. Example of forcible abduction is taking of a woman against her will, and in the example of consented abduction is taking away or kidnapping of a woman over 12 but below 18 years of age. The girl shall have consented to the taking away. That's all.
So in Article 344, prosecution of the crimes of adultery, concubinage, seduction, abduction, rape, and acts of lasciviousness. The crime of adultery and concubinage shall not be prosecuted except upon a complaint filed by the offended spouse. So the offended party cannot institute criminal prosecution without including both the guilty parties if they are both alive, nor in any case if he shall have consented or pardoned the offenders. So the offenses of seduction, abduction, rape, or acts of lasciviousness shall not be prosecuted except upon a complaint filed by the offended party or her parents, grandparents, or guardian, nor in any case if the offender has been expressly pardoned by the above-named person, as the case may be. So in cases of seduction, abduction, acts of lasciviousness, and rape, and the marriage of the offender with the offended party shall extinguish the criminal action or remit the penalty already imposed upon him. So, under Article 345, civil liability of persons guilty of crimes against chastity. So, persons guilty of rape, seduction, or abduction shall also be sentenced. Number 1, to indemnify the offended woman. Number 2, to acknowledge the offspring unless the law should prevent him from so doing. And lastly, in every case, to support the offspring.